People have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do?
Welcome everybody. Hello.
So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think.
Rise from the ashes
and
and fly like the phoenix as they are.
18 days left in the year. It's gone by too fast. Yesterday, my fiance was saying she wanted an extra, month and a half of just December of pre-Christmas to relax some. I want to get to spring already, but then again, it was 80 degrees here in Orlando yesterday, so who knows? My thoughts today. All right, a couple of quick things leading into this week. Tomorrow, Darren is coming on. Darren Morath is a member of Blake's team, is a partner. He's an affiliate marketer. He's just an all-around stud with an incredibly handsome individual from England with a great accent. Just a fun guy to hang out with. So he's going to be joining us tomorrow. Guys, here's what I'm going to ask. And I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say it at the beginning of the call tomorrow. Guys, come with questions about, your branding yourself or, what your message should be to an audience or how to kind of get more inside a group or certain things. There's tech questions that you can ask and he would be able to answer like that. He'd be able to tell you exactly where the training is inside the dashboard, but use support for that or use the Facebook group where those questions a lot of times have been answered a dozen times already. Like pick the brain of the guy that's been, a top-notch affiliate marketer with a handful of products over, multiple years. A guy that started out with other jobs and, had to learn how to do this. Like bring questions that are really going to push you further down the road. Not like solve the little hiccup that you've got now, if that makes sense. That's what I recommend, right? Anytime you have a chance to sit with someone like that, do that, right? So like when I was at the Speakeasy with Steve Sims, Stone Cold Steve Austin. When I was with Steve Sims in Austin, and we were talking, I didn't ask him, hey, when you host an event, how do you make sure that the emails get out on time? What kind of pre or post event follow-up do you do? Like, I'm not going to ask that. I want to know how he connected with and has done continual business with Elon Musk. Right? Like what problem did he solve for him? Right? How is it that you connected with Richard Branson? What problems did you solve for them? How is it that as you built up and you launched your business that like 79, 80 of your first clients, of your first 100 clients were billionaires? Like, how do you make that transition? Like, that's the stuff those types of questions. So, and actually with that being said, on Wednesday, Steve's son, Henry, who is his partner with Sims Media, Henry is going to be joining us. Henry does content inside of, Steve's got a couple of different groups that he hosts. Henry helps put content in there. He helps keep his dad in line with what type of content needs to go out, but they help with branding and content for a number of different brands, right? A lot of different people and brands. And so ask questions about that, right? Like, I would ask something like, hey, Henry, I know you guys do a lot of branding. Who is someone that you took from nothing and helped them start to build a brand? Because that's where I am. Like, that's the type of question, right? Think about those. And then on Thursday, Tara Atkinson is joining us, who is a dear friend of mine who is, runs her own successful Facebook group, her own successful coaching business, but she also is an amazing copywriter, marketer, content. You want to talk about overcoming obstacles and challenges. Tara is fantastic. Something along those lines, right? Prep for her. Ask if you are a single woman, or if you were a man or woman that's been through a lot medically, or you've had family that's had to deal with a lot. Talk to her about that. How do you maintain, being an entrepreneur, getting everything done while you're juggling family stuff? How do you do that? So I think that would be prep for guests, because I'm going to have some more in coming weeks, guys. I talked with a guy, name of his company is Subtle Skills. You can look him up, subtleskills.com. And I'll drop that into the thing so you can kind of just get an idea. Subtleskills.com. Look him up. So his name is Brian Galke. He is an awesome guy. It's going to be a fun interview. And he's going to have you looking in the mirror and looking at your own face and then thinking about how you interact with people all day long. And we've got some others coming up. So that's that to begin with. And then if you want to mark it on your calendars, December 22nd, we will not have a live call. That's next Wednesday because I'll be driving to Tennessee. The 23rd, we will. And, obviously Christmas Eve and Christmas, we will not, but I'll have something filmed and sent to you guys. Everybody still doing the gratitude challenge? Getting hard? Yeah. Struggling through it? Still, anybody got some good experiences? Do I need to call anybody out or anybody have a cool story? Anybody got anything to share? No? Nothing that they really are willing to. Okay.
I have something I can
go for it. Yes.
So we left Canada for some hard times. There was some hard things happening in our home area in Winnipeg, and we came out here. And after we've been almost out here for 2 months now. So like the holiday eventually stops and real life starts to kick in. And sometimes when you take things for granted that it's just, everything's going to roll really, really well. Well, there's, hard times that happen with personal stuff. And you have to wake up every day. And one of the biggest things I heard was from Abraham Hicks. And it's you can just keep dwelling on the hard or think about the lesson in the hard so that it gives you the successful outcome, right? And so I'm like paraphrasing, but so then I wake up every morning and we work out like in our backyard, which is basically a golf course. And you have to sit there and you have to literally, I look at the sunrise and every single day it's like, how blessed and how lucky are we? And you have to say that a couple of times a day, even if you're fighting with your partner, fighting with your kids, fighting with your mom, fighting with your dad. You always have to, there's always a mountain of lessons that you get to stand on top of. And I think that those are the biggest gratitude points, that even when things are the hardest, you have to remember that even the person who made the pillow that you get to sleep on, there's a grateful gratitude point for even that person. Right. Yeah. So that's how we've been doing it. And when I heard about your challenge, I came into the program a little bit later, but when I heard about that, like, it's literally something I've been doing for 2 months straight. And it's amazing.
Yeah. Every single day, learn to express gratitude, guys. You should have a gratitude journal, but this extra little push that we're trying to kind of have you guys do, where you reach out to somebody and express that gratitude to them personally. I got it's interesting to me. Here's something to expect. So if you haven't been doing this and you're starting, or if you've been doing it and you're wondering what's going on, how many of you guys have expressed gratitude and not gotten a response either at all, or it takes a while before you get the response? Probably a few of you, right? I know I have, where I've reached out to somebody and sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes it's within a few hours. Sometimes it takes days. And I've had a couple that haven't responded at all. Right now, the ones that haven't responded at all, I knew it was going to be hard for me to express gratitude to begin with because of all sorts of different things. The ones that take a while to respond, there's a couple of different reasons. And thank you, Lynn, for sharing that, just looking at gratitude in general. But there's a couple of different reasons that people take a while. Number one, they're not accustomed to accepting thanks or gratitude in general. And a lot of you guys deal with this too, right? You don't like getting compliments because we've kind of grow up learning, well, if I'm accepting this compliment, then it's going to mess with my humility for some reason. I need to not do that. I shouldn't think so highly of myself. Someone expressing gratitude isn't the same thing, but a lot of people are so unaccustomed to being thanked in a truthful and heartfelt manner that they don't know how to respond. And so they're incredibly uncomfortable. And so what I've started to do is just say, hey, in my text, I've left some messages. I've sent some emails. If I can get on with them live, I try to. If I say, listen, I wanted to share something with you. Don't even expect a response. I just had this thought, this feeling right now, and I wanted to make sure I shared it with you. And so it almost takes the pressure off of them, and it's made it easier. It seemed like the responses have kind of crept up, but be okay not getting a response back. This isn't an exercise for you. It will benefit them, but this is where it's almost a selfish exercise because we need to learn to express more gratitude in our lives in general. And I hope that makes sense, right? And it's kind of counterintuitive when you look at, well, I'm expressing gratitude, so yes, it's for other people, and yes, it is, and it's going to help them, feel a little bit better, and that's fantastic. But this is about kind of healing our own hearts in a lot of different ways. And this goes to one of my next quick points. I was listening to Michelle posted Earl Nightingale and Jordan Peterson and Abraham Hicks and I think Jim Rohn and all of these others. And then and Lynn just mentioned that, and I was listening to some Abraham Hicks and a few others earlier. And Jim Rohn was the one that first kind of coined that phrase, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I've done different trainings on how important those people that you have around you are. One of the key elements that we need to understand is those people, we don't necessarily have a whole lot of sway over how they act. And that's why it's important that we bring the right people into our inner circle. But the key element of continuing leveling up as a group is for you to do everything that you can to be in alignment with yourself, to be better yourself, right? If I can be better, if I can be more in tune with who I am, with whatever, the universe or God or however you look at it, whatever is in line for me, and I'm continuing to work hard to achieve my potential, a lot of this other stuff kind of works itself out because I'm not going to be so stressed about what I'm not in control over. Right. So you can express gratitude for someone else, but I can't get upset if they don't respond right away. I can, push to help someone else with something, but I can't be upset if the, thank you for this, or if they start to get accustomed to me helping. But what I can do is strengthen myself, bolster myself, and lift myself up to be in line and in tune with the best version of myself each and every day. Right. So protect yourself, build up that strength and keep yourself moving forward. Just it played into what we're already doing today. I don't want to take a ton of time from you guys today. I want you to go and actually post something, reach out to somebody. Have you guys been using it when I cut the calls a little short? Have you guys been actually going to social media and posting something, doing something? Hopefully Drake is good. Or at least one of you guys is doing something good. So James is. I know a lot of you guys are getting a little more active, and that's the whole point. Go out and do something. So I'm going to wrap it up today because over the course of the next few days with the guests, we're probably going to be in that 30 to 60 minute range for each of those calls. So guys, just be ready for them. Come with some great questions. Look at Darren's stuff and ask him what he's doing, organically. Ask questions that move the needle. I'm going to repeat this again tomorrow, but guys, don't come in with a support question of like, and here's another question. Don't ask, should I brand myself or brand a company? Like Blake's talking about it on every single call he's been on with me. Darren's talked about it on every single call with me. I try and talk about it on every single strategy call. Like we've done training after training after training with it. The answers haven't changed. Yeah, you should try and do it yourself. If you absolutely can't, for whatever reason, there are ways to do it as a company. And we've given those trainings. So come in with something a little bit more heartfelt so you can get more out of it. I promise the more thought you put into your questions, the better it will be for you. And you've got some amazing people coming up over the course of the next few days that can, really help you out if you want them to. So on that note, Darren Mourath, Mourath, is that how it's spelled? I always forget. I just messaged him. Hold on.
Mourath. Yeah. Sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do for tomorrow? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and it's bigger than you think.
Take care. Rise from the ashes to fly like the phoenix that you are.
Take care.